Mangal Mathi students. So today we are revising the cyber laws and ethics as the third unit of your chapter. It's quite important. It occupies 10 to 12 marks in your board exams. Recently, the board revised the syllabus as per the COVID-19 epidemic. Because of so that's why there are certain type of content that has been removed from your syllabus. So I will send you on your class group the syllabus that is final for the board exams today. So you keep watching on it. And now for this video, there is the basic reason is revising all the syllabus that we have done in last 2 months. So as we have completed 4 to 5 chapters, so your syllabus is the division tour of Python, then cyber security, law and ethics, and networking security including. So we are revising the rest of the chapters. This chapter has been left at the cyber law and ethics. So today is the turn to revising it. So the first thing that is coming arose in our mind, that is what is the ethics? Ethics about the etiquettes that you must follow while you working on internet or communicate or via internet or digital communication. So there are some do's and don'ts that you must keep in mind while you're working on internet. So first I discuss the do's. So though keep messages and post brief. Or do not try to write like essay like comments or essay like messages over the internet. It's just a messaging service and you must be brief. You must be give yourself a short messages in form of, so that's why that you can the it should be readable. It should not take more than 5 to 6 seconds to read. Use discretion. You always use the discretion. If you have not been finalized that particular message or graphic, then please delete it. It will occupy the space unnecessary. Protect personal information. Do not share your personal information like passwords, keywords, and OTPs, one time passwords, with anybody. Obey copyright laws. Do not copy and paste other contents from other writers and all. uh, Go for the originality. Help others. If somebody online ask for any technical assistance or any logical assistance, we must have to provide it if we knows that. Respect other people's privacy. Do not, if somebody has login out or somebody has freeze you, do not take unnecessary action against it and then forcefully you have to join in that particular room. This should be the etiquette. Verify facts before reposting. If you are posting some post, generally what we do, what we see nowadays, we don't try even to know the authentication of the news. For example, recently a news was there that the virus it kills the peoples. It doesn't kill the peoples below 50 or 40, and that get viral. So what happened? The youngsters think that they will not affected by the COVID-19 and they just been outside on the roads very carelessly. But what happened? The COVID also occupies them, also affect them, and it when it was just a rumor. It proved just it was just a rumor. So we've been a part of the spreading that rumor. So always keep in mind that we should not be a part of the any rumor, any type of rumor. Check messages and respond promptly. Always check your messages. It should not be done that the messages keep was in your inbox or on your wall and you just not seen them for 2 3 4 days. Thank others who help you online. Always help others and always thank others who helps you. Show good sportsmanship when playing online games. Generally what happened when we get defeated and then we just use the abusive language for the other side. I always seen that with the youngsters, though I'm not very keen to playing the game over the internet. I've never, but when I just see the kids to or some youngsters that they are playing online, they become very personal. So keep your sportsmanship on while you work on the or while you play games on the internet. Now the comes to don'ts, what you should not do while you are online or in the digital communication. During digital communication, we must not posting inflammatory offensive comments, shouts, right? If you get defeated, if you have not agree with the other's opinion, we must be ready to accept others opinion, though it should be just opposite of us. Respond to internet trollers. Don't respond to internet trollers. This is an opinion. If I like red, then somebody not like red. The red should be my favorite. If my favorite color is the red, then it is not necessary that some other one like red, or some maybe somebody says it's the worst colors in the color range. So we should be ready to accept others opinion regarding their choices, and we must understand that there are the different personalities, different type of thinking. So if somebody trolls us on any message, on any comment, on any post, then we are not we are not compelled to respond them. Post private and embarrassing images and comments. Do not always, it's a social site. Remember, keep in mind, social site, not a personal site. Yes, so we should post like comments, those could be social. Those should be social only. If we think that somebody affect the society, that we should not post it over the this social media, either it is on the mails or on the Facebook or on the WhatsApp or some other social media apps. Name, call and express offensive opinions. Do not write the names in the comments. Some people write directly the names of the person, for example wishing the birthday, then it is sufficient that you write on the comment that happy birthday. Who is reading that obviously understand that it for whom it was, but what we write, happy birthday xyz, the name. So the society, there are different type of people. Some are the antisocial elements. They they can misuse these names, exclude people or talk behind their backs. It's very strange that even for the social media people are using for this for gossip. So we should not do that. Stick on the topic. A topic should be discussed, a topic should be elaborated, but till a limit. It's a limit over in social media. You can be we should summarize it within the one or two sentences, not more than that. Spam others by sending large amount of unsolicited mails and all. So do not use to make a huge mails. It's not a joke that you just occupy the memory of the computer. You just hanging the entire network. So always keep in mind only necessary information. There the key word is that the necessary. If the social media is there, then we should must have a good image like we want it in the society. Similarly, nowadays our society is on our palm. Then we must be in a good image on our palm on this social media apps and all. Now the question is that what we can do. Let's think, okay, that I tell you that you should not do, but there are some antisocial elements that they will do that. Then what we will do, what we can do to protect our data from them. So consequences of unprotected data or data branches, what they can do most probably. And what is data protection? Basically, data protection refers to the practices or the safeguards that binding rules put in the place to protect our personal information, and it ensures that it remain in control. In short, We should be able to decide whether or not we want to share some information, and who has access to it, for how long, for what reason, and be able to modify some of this information and more. So there are some consequences of unprotected data or data breaches. So suffer from security breach, attack, physical data loss, hit with the virus, targeted by the hackers, suffer from disturbed denial of service or loss of money, or intellectual property at risk, damage, downtime. So all these things that an any antisocial element, the how antisocial element can affect us by all these things, by doing all these things, that they can attack on, they can steal our data, they can spread a virus, okay, they can hack our bank accounts and all. Intellectual property should be changed, and the damage downtime, that means that the data has been stolen and you did not know that. This is, so how can we protect our personal data online? So through encrypt our data. Always keep your data in encryption. Nobody knows what is written on, while you knows. And that's why I always told my students that while we working on internet, the major thing is that you must have a diary in your pocket, in which there are all the passwords, there are all the keywords, there are all the you must say tagline for each of your document that should be encrypted. For example, if you written a document or any application or any important data in your, for example in Word, MS Word, then what you should do, you should just write it, save it, and then change the font and write down that particular font in your diary, personal diary. So while you just again open that particular document, then change the font, and then you can see it. For what happened in this, that if some antisocial element just see your data, it could not understandable that what it is written on. So this should be done. Keep password private. Always, please do not tell your passwords to anybody. Don't overshare on social networking site, whereas we are going over there and there, and you are just helping the thieves, that yes, you may come, our home is empty or the locked. Use security software. Always install an antivirus. Any locks in your, or always your firewall settings should be on in your system. Avoid phishing emails. uh, the unknown emails, you should not open that. The ads, the adwares, once you open them, it will be installed automatically in your system, and then each time you will open your screen, that it will flash on your screen. Be wise about the Wi-Fi. While you're using Wi-Fi, we should not use, generally what we think that especially youngsters, they always seeking for the free Wi-Fi. But sometimes while you go in the Wi-Fi range, some files automatically installed in your system while you use or you log into that particular Wi-Fi that is free, so called free. Basically they are earning from you. They just post the adwares in your installed or adwares in your systems automatically, and then post several ads and huge of ads on your system and make money from them. Be alert to impersonators. Impersonators, generally what happens, then the persons, those are use different type of data and different type of things. What they do, they just um, steal your information or misuse your information, just copy your information. So this could be done. So what we do to protect that, we must go for the, that who is copied, to whom we are sharing the files. Keep it recorded, keep a record of it. Don't share unnecessary files over the internet. If it is not requirement of that particular person, if he is not authenticated, you must not share your information for this. For example, generally what we do, we frequently share our pictures or the personal pictures for them, but we don't know that how other or the other side can use it. So be alert for this. Then the things that come is there are certain words like intellectual property. What is intellectual property? IPs. It's a property created by a person or group of person using using commerce, their own intellect or ultimate use in commerce, that which is already not available in the public domain. For example, an invitation relating to a product or any process, a new design could be a literary or artistic work, and a trademark. So that is an intellectual property. It could be a word, a symbol, or a logo for the company, anything. So, there is there any law? Is there any law made by our government or some process that should be taken for to be that make them IPs protected? Yes, it should be. Intellectual property right or IPR is the right granted by the government to the owners of the intellectual property or the applicants. In an intellectual property, to exclude others from exploiting the IP commercially for a given period of time. Earlier is of the disclosure of law is made for this. So why should an IP should be protected? Why we need it? So intellectual property is an asset and can be exploited by the owner for commercial gains or any other manner. So, what we should do? The IP owner may intended to stop others from manufacturing and selling product and service which are duly protected by him. For example, if somebody taken on copyright on turmeric, so nobody other no other company can be produce this particular turmeric. So that's why. Uh, then it became, if anybody patent it, then it will be a intellectual property. IP owner can sell or license the IP for commercial gains. Intellectual property can be used to establish the goodwill and brand value in the market. So intellectual property also can be mentioned in the resume, that it is a creator and how to show competence to its creator. And intellectual property certifies, establishes legal and valid ownership about an intellectual property. Legal ownership. So nobody other can use that particular property. So what kind of IPRs is there? So patents, as I told you, to protect technologies, the Patent Act. Second is trademark, the protected words, signs, logos, and all. Designs, that is the Design Act, or like ornaments and the dresses and the outfits and all. Geographical indications, GIs, to protect region specific product. For example, some Rajasthani products are also in this range, geographical indications. So good act. Copyright, artistic work like any article, any poem, any uh, uh, document that could be literally, or that's to protect literary or artistic work, we use this Copyright Act. So what is IPR? IPR are the protected to accordance with the provision of legislation of a country specific. In India, IPRs can be protected or monopolized as per the act. Some of them are the Patent Act 1970. That anything that could be patent and nobody can reuse it. The Design Act, that is formed in the 2000, nobody can steal the design of any company, or that is should in the original trademark out. The Trademark Act is 1999, where the logos and the name are registered. The Geographical Indication of Goods Act is also in 1999, when some reasons had specified for certain type of goods. And the Copyright Act over the books, over the literature, over the any kind of documentations. that is the copyright. The protection of an integrated circuit layout and design act 2000. 7 protection of plant varieties and uh, farmer right acts 2001, and also the trade secrets also there. So that's all for today, students. What I do, that you just go through it and well prepare for your P1. Now you will face some multiple choice questions, so you are well known enough, and you are already given the mock test, so you are already aware of the how the Google Forms operated. In this digital scenario, we must improve our performances, so do not left any question. All the question will be compulsory. Always save the link of particular form, and you will be able to see your result at once. This is the benefit of this such type of test. So that's all for today. Revise this chapter well. If there is any problem, then you may contact me personally on my WhatsApp wall. Thank you. Have a nice day.